My name is Camila. I was 19 years old when my whole life changed. I lived with my father in a big house. My mother passed away 3 years ago. She was the kindest woman I had ever known. She loved me more than anything. She cared for my father deeply. When she died, it broke us both. The house felt empty, and my father kept himself busy with work. He was a good man and a successful businessman, but I could see the sadness in his eyes every night. After 2 years, my father told me something I did not expect. He said he was thinking of marrying again. I was shocked. At first, I felt angry. How could he think of another woman when my mother was gone? But then I saw his loneliness. He needed someone beside him. He needed comfort. I stayed quiet, even though my heart hurt. One day, he introduced me to her. Her name was Sophia. She was beautiful and graceful. Sophia worked in my father's company. She was his secretary. Sophia spoke to me kindly and gently. She asked me about my school, my hobbies, my dreams. For a moment, I thought Sophia was good. Maybe she could bring peace back into my father's life. After a few months, they got married. The wedding was small, but beautiful. Everyone told my father he was lucky to have Sophia. I tried to believe it too, but deep in my heart, something felt wrong. At first, Sophia treated me like her own daughter. She cooked for me, asked me about my day, and even gave me gifts. Sophia spoke sweetly when my father was around, but when he went to the office, everything changed. Her face turned cold. Her voice grew sharp. She said, "Camila, clean the living room, do the dishes, wash the clothes." I was shocked. I said, "But we have maids." Sophia said, "From now on, you will do it. You are not a princess here. You must learn how to work." I felt sad. I felt like a maid in my own home. My father had no idea. Every evening when he returned, Sophia acted kind again. She smiled and held my hand as if she loved me. And my father believed her. He thought she was an angel. Days turned into weeks, and the pain grew in my heart. I missed my mother. I cried at night in my room. I wanted to tell my father the truth, but I was scared. He looked happy with Sophia. I did not want to break his happiness again. Then things began to change. My father's company shares started to fall. His business was in danger. Someone was stealing important information from the company. My father was stressed. I saw him losing sleep. I was worried for him. One night, I heard Sophia on the phone in her room. She said, "Yes, I sent the files. Do not worry. Soon the company will be mine. He trusts me completely. He does not know anything." My heart stopped. Sophia was the one stealing from my father. She was betraying him. I wanted to run to my father right then, but fear held me back. I needed proof. The next day, I followed Sophia. She left the house and went to a cafe. She met a man there. They sat in a corner. I hid behind a wall and listened. The man said, "You did well. Soon we will destroy the company. Then his wealth will come to us." Sophia smiled. She said, "I already have him wrapped around my finger. After his wife died, he was desperate. Poor man. He does not know I was the one who poisoned her. Soon I will poison him too. Then everything will be mine." I froze. The world stopped. My mother was poisoned. I could not breathe. Sophia was the reason my mother died. She killed my mother, and now she wanted to kill my father too. Tears filled my eyes, but I stayed silent. I recorded their conversation on my phone. My hands were shaking, but I knew I had to be brave, for my mother, for my father. That evening, I went to my father's study. He looked tired. His face was pale from stress. I put the phone on the table and pressed play. His eyes widened as Sophia's voice filled the room. He listened without saying a word. His hands shook. His face turned red with anger. When the recording ended, he covered his face with his hands. He said, "Camila, all these years I thought your mother died in peace. I never knew." I hugged him tightly. We both cried. The pain in his heart was unbearable. But he was a strong man. My father wiped his tears and stood up. He said, "We must end this." That night, we set a plan. The next day, Sophia was caught red-handed. She was on the phone again, speaking to her partner. But this time, the police were there. My father had called them with the evidence I gave him. Sophia tried to lie, to act innocent, but it was too late. She was arrested on the spot. When Sophia realized the truth was out, she looked at me with hatred in her eyes. She said, "You ruined everything." I said, "No, you ruined it yourself." Sophia was taken to jail. The whole city came to know about her crimes. She had poisoned my mother, betrayed my father, and tried to destroy the company. Her dark secret was finally exposed. After she left, peace slowly returned to our house. My father was broken at first, but I stayed by his side. We supported each other. The company recovered little by little. The employees stood by my father because they loved and respected him. At night, I still missed my mother. I sat by her picture and cried. But now I also felt relief. The woman who killed her was gone. One evening, my father sat beside me. He held my hand and said, "Camila, I'm sorry for everything. I should have seen the truth earlier, but you saved me. You saved this family." Tears filled my eyes. I said, "I just did what Mother would have wanted." My father hugged me tightly. For the first time in years, I felt safe again. The house was no longer filled with fear and lies. It was filled with peace, love, and memories of my mother that no one could ever destroy. I learned something important. Evil can wear a sweet smile, but the truth always wins. My stepmother tried to take everything from us, but in the end, she lost. Now I live with my father in the same big house. It is quiet, but it is peaceful. Every corner of the house reminds me of my mother's love, and I know she is smiling from above, proud of me for protecting the man she loved and the family she built. I am Camila, the daughter of a kind mother and a brave father, and I will never let anyone destroy us again. If you like this story, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Learn English by Stories.